5-10 people at a time. You don't always get a huge turnout. It's only when you've got like Mario and David Gockstein that get these huge numbers, and then Alex Jones is huge as well, isn't he? I mean, he's got like 279,000 people in a space. Like, how insane is that? 279K.
Could you imagine? Oof.
Yeah, but like you got Mario, he's got 18,000 in a space. So, but then a lot of you look at a lot of like NFT projects, you look at a lot of like just smaller projects that do the spaces. They don't always have insane amount of numbers in these spaces. So like it's good, and I think the fact that when you've got like live stream video, I just think Twitter just shows it in front of more people. So
yeah,
I think it's just a case of finding like your target audience too. So people know what the space is about. Like at the minute, this is L1X Community Banter. I might change the title to.
What are you thinking?
Well, do you know, I don't know, let people know it's a layer 1 blockchain. In fact, I'll just do that. I'll put layer 1 blockchain.
Layer 1, first truly interoperable. That's kind of a long title. And then you put something in there that, because the interoperability is important. The first layer 1 blockchain to unite without bridges.
Yeah.
That's like your headline. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. Because people hate bridges, but they use them. But they won't use them.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people don't really think too much about bridges because they've never really experienced anything else. So it's one of them where people just use them and think it's like the only solution, or use a centralized exchange. But it's I mean, blockchain without bridges is a pretty punchy tagline, so I'll just go with that.
Yeah, you're right, because I've talked to people and I state how much money would be, has been lost in hacks, in blockchain hacks. And then like 40% of all the hacks is because of bridges. And people were like, well, that can't be true because nobody would use it. Well, no, it is true because everybody uses it and they don't know any better. That's all there was before this. So yes, people still use it because that's what they have to do. Until layer 1X goes live to the world, when it finally gets put on the sexes and people finally hear about it and people realize they don't have to use bridges anymore. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because people really don't know how unsafe they really are until you actually start going down the rabbit hole and studying and doing research.
Yeah, no one talks about it either because thing is, right, you've got two lots of people. You've got people that don't care and they use centralized exchanges. You've got other people that never want to touch a centralized exchange because they want to. Privacy is a big thing for them, and they want to move funds from one wallet to another, from one chain to another, and they don't really want anyone else knowing the business. So those group of people probably using bridges, and they'll be so happy when they can do the same kind of thing without using a bridge. Then you've got people that use bridges that don't know any better as well, and it's because no one highlights the fact like how bridges are so vulnerable and how much money has been hacked through bridges. Like $3 billion is a lot of money, but no one really brings any attention to it because there isn't really another way of doing it at the minute that's known to the masses. So you're not going to shoot yourself in the foot, are you, by telling you how vulnerable this method is? Like if you look at I think you've got like Stargate Finance and Squid Router, and they're the two biggest and probably safest ways of sending funds cross-chain. But at the same breath as well, it's not cheap, it's not fast, and it's not 100% safe either. And then you've got like a lot of other smaller bridges where they're really susceptible to hacks because there's probably like smart contracts that haven't been audited, and they're not really the safest of contracts. So I know that's where a lot of the big acts come from. I mean, I don't particularly like using, but I mean when I have to, I do, but I don't like using an exchange. I generally send it back to Gate.io and just use that if I need to swap, because it's fast, it's cheap.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not fast, but it's cheap.
Yeah, it's not fast by any means, but yeah, it's cheaper.
Yeah, because you've got to. The thing is, yeah, but the thing is when you go to a centralized exchange, typically you've got to go through an order book. So if you've got like Solana and you want to swap it for, say, you want BNB, you can't just swap it from Sol to BNB. You've got to typically go back to USDT and then swap it from USDT to BNB. So there's a couple of steps to it as well.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I mean, I probably shouldn't, but I just no, I do. I despise bridges, and I should. But I probably shouldn't use centralized exchanges, but I do because I hate bridges. So I do send funds to swap through the centralized exchanges because I don't trust the bridges as much. I mean, I'm not sending funds that somebody would normally take because I don't, send that much. But still, I don't want to use a bridge. First of all, it is more expensive, and it's just unsafe.
Yeah.
And that time that you're using it, and if there's a lot of volume on a bridge, then like anywhere from a few minutes to hours, your stomach or your heart's in your stomach sometimes, especially if you're sending a good amount of money. And then the money shows up finally and you can breathe again. So I don't do that because I hate that feeling. I just hate it.
Yeah. Well, Albeita's just met. I weren't paying attention to the chat. I'm gonna pay attention to the chat.
Yeah, pay attention.
Yeah, marketing will come with launching to see the results. Now we have to concentrate on building projects on our layer. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it. Marketing will come as soon as it's launched because there were so many different avenues pushing it.
Oh, let's do this. Okay. How about this? If there is anybody watching or listening to us that has a project that's only on one blockchain, please come over here. It's the first truly interoperable blockchain that unites 8 blockchains together. So if you want to get seen and you don't want to be walled off on one chain, come to L1X. There's a grant program. They're giving out funds to projects to build on the blockchain. I mean, that's amazing right there. That's huge. And it's necessary. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Check out the chat again.
Albeita's just brought up a good point. Right? Look at the market happening. And yeah, I mean, I've noticed it because, do you know what? Right, I've been trying to make some money being a DJ on Solana to buy myself another NFT username. And like Solana was not long ago, like $180. And I'm like, oh, I only need like 1.4 Sol. And like now I'm looking at it, it's like $139. I'm like, damn, it's really out of beating, isn't it? And this is the thing, like the halving of Bitcoin plays a big part in what's actually happening because like when people talk about like buy the rumor, sell the news, that's exactly what happens. Like people say, oh, Bitcoin, the halving's coming, and a lot of obviously people that don't know will generally think, well, that means the price is going to go up. But the problem is the price of everything is factored into the halving itself. So when the halving actually happens, and this happens a lot of the time, when a news event is actually happening, sells normally come in rather than buys. People sell, so you get these dips. And I think like, having a dip was kind of expected, but it shows you how strong Bitcoin is, doesn't it? Because Bitcoin has hardly moved, and I think this is like where the institutional money is kind of helping. I mean, Bitcoin is always the one that's the stronger asset anyway, because people take the money out of the altcoins and they'll put it into like ETH, Bitcoin, and stable coins. And I think a lot of these people hold a big amount of like Solana, for instance, or like Dogecoin, AVAX, any of these others like Polkadot that have took a 20 to 30% beating. A lot of whales in these projects, they've probably taken it out and they've probably put it into Bitcoin.
Iran-Israel war is one of the bad impression.
Plus, you have the war. Plus, you have the world conflicts happening, and that is affecting everything. If you notice, I mean, I've noticed, like most of the new tickers in those projects that have been popping up on Solana or anywhere else is the war. It's all about the war, World War this, and like world peace, and fuck the war, and fuck wars, and all kinds of stuff. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of
everybody's
there's going to be
worried about the war, but they want to make money off it too. It's kind of messed up. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, it feels like there's going to be another like major event in there. I mean, you can kind of feel it anyway. I mean, with what's happening with Ukraine and Russia, and then what's happening with like Israel and Palestine, and then I don't know, you get into a point where everything's kind of coming together, and you just kind of think crypto at some point is going to explode again. Hey, Silverbacked is in the house. How you doing?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. It's interesting. I was going to say it's interesting what you're talking about. The war side of thing. Not to dwell on the subject, but when they can't sort of make all the excuses line up for the financial system, it's usually when they start some sort of war somewhere. Then the money printing starts.
Well, that's it, isn't it? That's the thing. It's the money printing starts up then, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, they can't fiscally look at it and go, "Oh yeah, we're going to print," because the inflation is not under control yet. So, but they need to print to keep the whole thing going. Otherwise, it'll collapse under its own weight. So, there's my moment of doom and gloom for the day, guys.
Yeah, but like generally speaking, when the money printing starts, then things change, don't they?
Yeah, it's going to pump crypto.
Yeah, there's always like that black swan event, and it's like, does it happen on purpose? Because it seems to happen around kind of like the halving, doesn't it? Like there's always an event that kind of sets it all off. Like if you think about like the 2020 2021 bull run, like that kind of catalyst was COVID.
Yeah. How do you predict that? Yeah.
Yeah,
you can't.
Exactly.
Sorry.
I was going to say the old saying is it's not what you don't know that'll get you wrecked. It's what you know for sure. Hey Skippy, how are you?
Skippy, how you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm pushing the market down, guys, for you.
Dude,
that's
you're the seller. You've crashed the chart.
You and your son. You and your son crashed the chart.
Just pushing the market down, getting good entry.
Yeah, you're letting people get back in if they've missed it. Giving them a chance.
I did get some goodies, by the way, on the market because it's very cheap. Some of the tokens are very cheap now at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, God, was it AVAX is down? Well, Uniswap's down 40% almost, which is mental, isn't it? In 20, that's in a week, but I mean that's still a massive drop in it for a week.
AVAX €32. I got some Zeta chain under $1. I got some Banter network, very cheap.
Oh, you're in that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been buying that too. I've been buying CETA and B CETO.
Yeah, mate, they're cheap now. I mean, they're like the bottom. I mean, all the other tokens they've already done like a 5, 6, or 10x.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's not cheap, but the new ones like Zeta Chain and Manta Network, they're new, you know, so they're at the bottom now.
Yeah, so I'm not even familiar with them. So what you talking? What's the chain? Theta chain.
So it's
Manta?
Manta Network.
Zeta Chain, Manta Network.
Ah.
Oh, Zeta Chain, yeah.
It's a Ceto Swap is the DEX, and it's on Manta Network. And apparently, you know, have you ever heard of Pandora and Celestia and those sort of things over on those chains, on those L2s? Yeah. So essentially, in a nutshell, that sort of technology, they use a what they call an ERC 404 standard token, which combines two types of tokens and end up with as an NFT liquid market. So Ceto is the incentive token of the DEX, and there's a G 404, which is this new Ceto 404 standard that they've taken and rebuilt the DEX finance guys, so that you know that'll be you can only buy that with, or you can buy that with your Ceto token. So basically, it's taking Ceto out of supply as it goes, and like it's like more than half of the Ceto token has been soaked up by people wanting to buy this 404 token, because on the other chains it's gone to like $10,000 for one NFT. We're at I think 850 or something at the moment. So yeah, what Skippy's saying is there's a lot of potential there on a business model that's proven itself. Yeah.
Yeah, I've not got. I'm not familiar with that at all. I'm familiar with the NFT, the new the 404 standard, because I know there's a few projects on Shibarium that have been doing it.
I'll tell you what the narrative is that people are following. It's this Manta network. So imagine Chainlink, right? For example, as a chain, right? Let's say better example. Say one of these L2s, like Optimism or something like that. You know, one of these massive, like Arbitrum, say. Their cost of doing business is about $10 million a day in batching all the transactions and then settling it onto the Ethereum network, right? Because they're at L2. Apparently, this new Manta network removes all that operating and settlement costs by about 99%. So if there was a company that was an L2 that it was costing them to do business, you know, $10 million a day, effectively the cost of business goes to zero, or 1% of that, like $2,000 or something like that. So this is why the Manta network has got all these airdrops, because they don't have the same sort of operational costs as the other L2s. So yeah, that's the big news about it.
Right. Okay. So, what's the alpha? What do I need to get involved in there if I'm going to get?
So you just go to cetoswap.com, and then you can basically, they've got a bridge there. You can bridge in whatever they let you. I can bridge in from, I think, Binance chain. You can bridge in from, because they give you the actual. It runs on, obviously settles on ETH. It's about 5 cents worth of ETH. So you've got any ETH, you're fine. Or if you bridge in and the first token you buy is the ETH, then there's a smart contract there that'll actually just put some ETH in your account out of what you're transferring in. So actually, I'm not on the right screen, but I can probably go to their site, have a look. CetoSwap, here you go. So you can bridge in from bridge. So this is the DEX Finance guys that have done all this. So we were just talking about this. This is the bridge, basically, for what we're hoping to get rid of. So Manta, so you can send in USDC from Binance or Arbitrum. So you can send stuff in from Binance or Arbitrum. You can send the Truth token, or you can send USDC from Binance. That's where I came from. I said USDC from Binance, and then it just goes straight in. You can make your make up your LP and then put it into the farm and earn a couple of bucks. And the underlying tokens are actually doing okay. So that's what Skippy was saying. It's we're buying them at pretty good prices at the moment because everything's down, everything's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Manta network, because it's a new one, I mean, it's only like maybe 2 months or 1.5 months, something like that. It's at the real bottom. All those other coins they're doing, they're cheap now. They're still not cheap because they're not at the bottom prices of 22, 23, Yeah. I mean, all you have to do is Crypto Psycho, just buy the Manta Network token, the one that you got on the screen here, and you're pretty much near the bottom now, and just make a 50x.
Well, yeah, I mean, looking at it, like, it launched at what, $2.15? That's what it.
And what, really? Jeez.
Well, I've gone to all and then gone to price and like, it's $1. I mean, look at the chart. I mean,
$4.
It went down.
$4.
Where did you pick it up, Skipper? Did you get it like $1.60 or something?
Yeah, $1.64, 65, something like that.
Nice.
Nice.
You got
well done.
You got.
That's real close to the bottom. I see, because the bottom was $1.56. So you did very well.
Yes.
Yeah, I got lucky, and I bought on the dip, and also bought Zeta chain, whatever you want to call it. Also, near the bottom.
Zeta or Ceto?
No, Zeta.
Zeta,
Also,
ZETA.
Also a layer 1 new chain. Also it came out around about the same time Manta Network came out. Zeta. Z-E-T-A.
Oh,
Zeta chain, right? Yeah. ZETA. Okay. Yeah, it's a layer 2.
No, so that's
right?
got a $291 million market cap.
Wow.
I think that's an
Actually,
Ethereum layer 2.
I've heard of Zeta. I can't remember what they're best known for.
Yeah, I've heard of them as well, and it's like I'm wondering why have I heard of Zeta chain? Probably a crypto banter or something talking about it, maybe.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand that the new coins, right? The new coins usually do the best, especially like we're new too, but we're a little bit behind because these guys started at the right time, and they're gonna moon this one and the Manta Network. You're gonna do very well, especially when you pick them up now, near the bottom. I bought it under $1, just under $1, the same time I bought Manta, and I reckon these are gonna do very well in the bull run.
Well, you can get the Ceto token from Ceto Swap for 29 cents. Yeah, basically 30 cents right now, and the high was 45 cents. So you can get it at like 40% off basically today.
Yeah, good discount.
It is.
Yeah, people always said, don't they, you need dry powder. But the problem is not many people ever have it. I never have it. I never have any money to put into crypto. But might find some though.
You got to have a mechanism to put aside dry powder as you go, as things pump. Like if you're holding 10 or 20 things, look at it over the weekend and whatever pumped the most. Like if I don't know, Dogecoin, if you're holding a bit of that, if it pumped 25% like it did recently, I'll take that out and I'll buy USD with it. And then sure enough, when Ceto goes down, I can go to my USD and go, I'll use that to go into here and I'll buy some Ceto because that's cheap, so.
Yeah.
So it's like holding the majority in your main bags in your portfolio, and then just when the pumps come, just take that little bit of a pump, not the whole bag, but just like the pump part. That 10 or 20% something goes up, grab that, put it into USD, and you go, I'll keep that aside, and then as soon as you see a sale on, you can go in. Oh yeah, okay, now I've got my dry powder, without actually giving up your whole position in say Doge or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of doing that on Solana, like stuff that's pumped, taking out, like basically just playing about with limit orders, and just having limit orders set for like the ranges, because typically they hit them, don't they? If you track them, they do. If something pumps up so much, people are going to sell it. So just kind of front running them, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I've accumulated quite a lot of Solana. I'll be honest. I started off with about $2,000 worth of Solana, and just through swing trading and buying into certain projects, I've now got about $8,000 worth of Solana. So not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. But then I kind of, I don't know. I get I don't generally do the right thing with it. I'll put it more. I'll end up being speculative then and shoving it into meme coins.
Yeah, if you're not watching it, exactly. Yeah. I mean, all it takes is like have a look at your long-term bags once a week. That's all I do. Just every Monday when the week closes for you wherever you are, just have a look and see how it's going. Look at the monthly charts. If they're still looking good, stay in it. If not, get out of it temporarily. So that's all I do. I'm oversimplifying, but that's what I do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've got a few different flags in different projects that I don't really touch. I just kind of leave them and just DCA into them every week.
Yeah.
Because I've got like my pension portfolio is just fully in crypto. So I just DCA into that every week, and then just keep buying. Same thing. Just see what in the bull run. Then I'll like at some point when I'm happy with what I've got, pull that out into stables and then decide what to do with it then.
Yeah.
Right. Super's highly speculative for crypto. I wouldn't recommend it. if you want to play safe, having a super in crypto is not for the faint-hearted. It's for the diehard. It's for the diehard degens that are gambling with the future.
Yeah.
But I just think it's one of them. Like in it, I mean, I know crypto can go to shit, but the chances are right. If you put any amount of money in now, you're gonna increase your value in the next. Well, I find it hard. To put any money into anything and lose money. It's kind of impossible at this point. I mean, there's probably some percentage that would make it unlikely, but I mean, I can't see it. Like, if you put money into, I mean, damn, anything pretty much. In
I wouldn't say anything
now. No, like anything. I don't mean
on here. Yeah.
Anything apart from the US dollar.
Anything on here.
Yeah.
USDT, mate.
50, you're good to go, probably.
Very stable.
Yeah, my brother about. I think in 2021, because I were in crypto then, I'm telling him about it, and he's like, "Oh, there's this yen token. Do you think I'll make money on it?" I said, "Bro, it's a stable coin. you ain't gonna be making money on it." I mean, you might.
Anyone that put any money in 22 and 23 is going to be up at least 5x. So now it's a different story. But even with the big dip that we have today, it doesn't matter. You're still massively up if you bought in 22 or 23. So I waited too long, this cycle, because it usually doesn't happen like that. Normally you have the time until after the halving, and that's when you need to be in. But this time it started running way earlier than normal. So I missed a lot of shit. That's why today you get some opportunities. You need to get in now, or else it'll be too late.
But there is still some opportunities for altcoins. I see many of the altcoins not performing that much.
Yeah. Well, they're always the worst performers.
Which altcoins? I mean, most altcoins have all been going crazy. Look at Solana. Look at ICP. Look at Fetch Coin. Look at whatever. All the altcoins have been doing well the last year.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, if you got in 2022, and probably up until I don't know, September 2023. It's basically exactly. you were getting rock bottom prices, weren't you, on everything. Things only started moving in October.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everything just went and exploded. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think we all thought we had a lot more time to accumulate before things went off the rails like it really did.
And we've been waiting for this crash. We've been waiting for this correction a long time. I thought it would happen a long time ago, but it just didn't come. It just kept going up. And you think, oh, I'm not buying yet because I'm waiting for that dip, which didn't come. And now the dip comes, but it's still massively up. I could have bought ICP for €3, just under €3. And now it's even with the dip now, it's probably still around $12 or something like that. It's still massively up. So it's this cycle is very hard. That's why you go to those two new coins I just showed you. The new projects that are coming out. That's why you got to go in there. You grab the bottom.
I pulled up their website. Simple, fast, and secure omni-chain blockchain with Zeta Chain's omni-chain smart contracts. Build truly interoperable dApps with span multiple chains from Ethereum to Bitcoin and beyond. Access all of crypto from one chain. Basically, that's their front page.
I've been looking at that Omni today. That's been going crazy, mate. That Omni.
Yeah. True cross-chain interoperability is what they claim.
So how's it function? Does anyone know? Like, are they using a receipt token?
Cosmos SDK. I looked it up. They're using Cosmos SDK and Comet something. What they said.
Yeah, so it's similar to Parachain.
Zeta Chain is also interoperability.
I missed that.
Cosmos,
Zeta Chain is also interoperability.
Leverages the Cosmos SDK with the Tendermint consensus engine and proof of stake model as its foundation, showcasing a unique ability for full chain interoperability.
Yeah, I think it's like Polkadot, where they've got the Parachain and they've got their own system. So when they're trying to onboard other chains, you've got to adopt to their system. All these chains that don't have a receipt token all do the same thing. You have to adopt their system, so it's a bit of a heavy lift to try and get adoption. Whereas Layer 1X has made it so it adapts to the existing systems. So it's using it'll work with the. That's huge, man. That's what Toyota did with the Prius. The Prius does the petrol and electric. Everyone's laughing at them. At the start, then they would not go full electric, and they never would invest in it. Who's laughing now? So,
well, I wouldn't be laughing if I'm driving in a Prius, mate.
No.
See, mate, it's crazy.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Right. I mean, it was the best-selling car.
Yeah. I mean, Tesla's a success story there, but it's got Elon Musk.
Yeah.
He knows how to market. Yeah. They've got all the grants. They've got everything up there.
So what do you guys think? We launching this month or next month? What do you guys think?
I think we'll launch it this month.
Yeah?
I would hope. Yeah, I would think so. I sure hope so. We still have a couple weeks to go, so I would think so.
If we can get the nodes up there, everyone's starting to go through that system, getting all the nodes up, and we get the minimum number that we need. Then I think that they'll want to.
It might be end of this month or the starting of the next month.
Yeah, I think they should give the nodes. Everyone that has the specs, has the service, whatever, all the specs that you need, and the internet that you need and stuff like that. They should let everyone run. Not do like 80 and then the next month 80 again. Just let everyone that can prove that he has the equipment, just let it run.
Yeah. I mean, you can also do hosted as well. So that's, I mean, you can have it done. I don't know what the purpose was. I think maybe just have limiting it to 80 was to just get people getting in there and getting a process happening. I think that was the reason. So they don't have everyone charging in.
I just hope that
like
everyone that can prove that if you have the equipment, they should go first. Just let everyone run, and then if you still have places left, you can do the hostess, and because there's going to be people that bought and that are going to sell it or keep it, whatever. But if you can prove that you got the equipment, just let everyone run it. Because we've been waiting, long enough, and a lot of people like myself, we bought the equipment, we got everything ready.
Yeah.
And then, you have to wait another month maybe, or maybe 2 months or whatever,
Yeah. I think they should let
things
everybody that is going to host a node that is actually going to host it, or, get it up and running, to just get it up and running. That way there won't be any network issues. The more, the better.
Yeah, that's what
I agree.
And don't worry about the staking, the full staking. That's not important, mate. I mean, that will go by itself, along the line. Just get the nodes running. That's what needs to be done. The transaction needs to be done, and the staking can be done later. It's not that important.
Yeah, the staking it's not important. The network itself is what's important.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you got the node, you've got the stake there already.
Let's say the staking was important, whatever. It's not, but let's say it was. Then they should just let you have some of your vested tokens that you can put in yourself, whatever, if they don't have enough tokens to be put in. Let them release some of the vested coins that you have when you have a node and put them in. I mean, they're off the market anyway then.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out a lot more on the 19th when they do the AMA, since it's all about the nodes. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to that one. That's an important one for me. So hopefully we'll find out.
Was there anything mentioned about why the date was moved? Just they had to just do a few more things to be ready, or
no, not really.
I don't know.
No, they just rescheduled.
I think they just said they needed to do an update or something, but yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's the same like the app, we need to do an update, 24 hours update, and it ended up a month.
2 weeks, 2 weeks longer.
Yeah.
I want it to get up and running. Don't get me wrong. I'm anxious to get it to go live, but I understand there are issues that arise in any launch. So I understand delays. A lot of people don't. A lot of people just think, let's just launch it and then deal with it later. But if you do that, you just launch and then you deal with the issues later, then you have a backlash from the community. You have people not buying. You have issues that should have been taken care of. So I'm cool. I'm waiting, to be honest, because it's just the longer it takes, the more bugs that get worked out, the more issues that get taken care of, the better for the smoother launch.
Yeah, but then
I still want it to go live. Don't get me wrong. I still want it to go live.
I mean, you got to be honest and upfront. You can't just be giving up all these excuses all the time, and blaming other people. Like blaming L1X or blaming the CEX or blaming this, whatever. You got to take responsibility, mate. If there's something wrong or if it's not ready, just say it. We'll understand then. But now we're getting the same old excuse every time. And I'm not really happy about that. I mean, I understand if things are buggy and things are not working right, but just come out and say it.
Yeah. Straight talk. Exactly.
Yeah, I like straight talk.
Yeah.
I mean, we know what we're doing. We've been around the park a few times. There are some people in the community that need to be sort of let down into it, but as long as we're being sort of straight up, if there's a problem, you do have to own it, the community will understand anyway. They've got no choice. They've got no choice.
Well, exactly.
Well,
All the speculating. I mean,
Well,
you can say, all right, it's the CEX, they're not ready. It's bullshit. Of course not. I mean, they don't want to give the tech away yet, you know. That's the problem. That's why it's being delayed, you know, because I mean, we were going to launch last September 23, right? And then we were going to launch on what was it before?
February 1st or something. It was like February 1st or something like that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Maxine was ready and everything, you know. So and now they're all of a sudden they're not ready. That's not it, mate. But just come out and own it, like Silverback said, you know. I'd be more you know, understanding if they just tell the truth. And then because we're not live anyway, so I don't care, you know. If it's not ready, it's not ready, you know. Just tell me.
Yeah, I think everyone's just. I mean, from my perspective, I'm just very curious to get it all up and running and just work through things. Because I'd like to see what the nodes are going to be paying, and you know, and then I can plan around. You know, I can get extra equipment. I can do this. I can do that. Then I can, and then there's all these things I can do to support the network. So I'm just really keen to get it all happening. So then I can plan. Otherwise, at the moment, it's very hard to plan because you don't know. You got the estimates, but like, I mean, they look really good. But you know, how many times you look at what you think is going to happen, and then what actually happens, you don't know. So.
And I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I have a real life job, and then I take a day off. You know, last Friday when we were supposed to have this AMA. So then 2 days before, you know, it gets cancelled, and then now it's next week. So I have to arrange something, or else normally I work a 12-hour night shift, and then I have to sleep in the daytime. Exactly when it's 10 a.m. here when they're having the AMA. So I'm always sleeping, and I cannot stay awake and then work 12 hours in the night on the truck. You know, I fall asleep. So I have to make arrangements for that, and then it gets cancelled 2 days before. You know, I again arrange something, so I'm free Friday again, but I'm coming out of the night shift, so I'll just take a couple of hours sleep and then put the alarm on and then watch the AMA, you know, and I'm hoping it won't get delayed again, because then I'm really pissed, you know.
That makes it hard. Yeah, makes it very hard.
Yeah, you've got to be. You can't be driving. You can't be doing long distance driving, can you? And not having any sleep either.
Exactly. Yeah, sleep is very important.
I think I'm looking forward to the AMA, because I think there'll probably be possibly they got to address other things as well, aren't they? So it's obviously they're talking about the nodes and stuff, but they've got to obviously speak about everything else at the same time, because that's what the community will be wanting as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be about the nodes. I think you'd spend enough time just talking about the nodes, and maybe they should, give tell us who is going to be able to run the node from the beginning and stuff like that. I think we have enough, and he's going to run through all the software and hardware and whatever we need to do. So I think that would be enough for the people to go into that AMA anyway, because I have another AMA, right? Well, there's another AMA.
That's more of a like an X Talks thing.
No, I think they have an AMA, like a Discord AMA, right? The 18th, was it?
Oh,
like the same time we used to have, in the middle of the night.
Yeah. I did see something there on Twitter. It was advertised on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. So that can cover all the other stuff, and I think the node AMA is just about the nodes. I'm hoping anyway.
Yeah, it's specifically on the nodes, and I think I remember I went back and rewatched another AMA where they did a bit of a deep dive on the nodes, and sort of Kevin mentioned that he wouldn't mind. Look, if it was just like 70, 80 people or something like that, to just get everyone on a Zoom call and basically just screen share and just go through. This is how you set up your nodes. And just like help everyone get through. Like I think by the sound of it, he's hoping to get, if it was a small group of people, like 80, then it becomes quite manageable. So that call might just turn into actually literally like a Zoom call. So
yeah, I hope he's
that'd be
gonna,
good.
because I watched that too, what you're talking about, and he's like, okay, it's very easy, you know, you just type in some sort of code like this, and then you enter, and then boom, finish, you know. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I'm hoping he's gonna record it so we can watch it back, because he's probably gonna explain how we need to install the software and get this set up and everything. So we're probably gonna have to look at it a couple of times to get things right.
Yeah, it's interesting because and this is nothing against any nationality, because I'm half Indian myself, right? But I had a couple of devs come on and help me on from L1X. One was local in Perth probably, and one was actually overseas, but both Indian, and they're going through and they're conversing with each other. They're getting me to open up the actual code on my screen and screen sharing the whole lot to check, because I had two different accounts. One was working, I got working, one wasn't. And I said, let's find out why it's not working. And I spent some time with them, and they went through a fault, found it. They were talking to each other, and they were speaking English. They're actually saying the wrong word, but they both understood what each other meant. And it was quite funny. I thought, no, he meant that, but everything worked. I was just watching and go, okay, that's not what he said, but anyway, it worked.
Yeah,
So I'm just thinking, is this some of the holdups we're having? It's just like, you know, English not being the first language. But together, you know, when they're speaking Indian, they're really the smartest people on the planet.
Yeah, the Indians are usually very tech savvy.
Yeah. If you follow any of the AI stuff, or what are the Microsoft, the CEO of Microsoft, or Indian guy, the CEO of this, the CEO of all these different AI companies, they're all Indians. The lead engineer is all Indians. Everyone's Indian. It's like, what?
It is. When I have something wrong with my phone or software, whatever, you know, I usually go to Google and find out. You know, there's always other people that have the same, and then you have these YouTubers, Indian YouTubers, that are going to explain to you, you know, how to fix that. Yeah. I have to put it like down to like speed, half a speed or something, because I can't understand it, you know, because they talk so fast.
Yeah, I'm the same sometimes. Yeah,
but they're very smart. So,
yeah. When they start small, speaking fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally. I wanted to say this. They're totally smart people, totally deserving of those sort of roles, because they're the smartest people in the room for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why all these big companies they hire them, right? They're more cheap, and they're very smart. So
yeah, I've come across some devs and even people that run their own academies and schools for crypto that are over in India. And I just by chance came across them while researching stuff, and a few of the guys on YouTube and stuff like that. I know there's one guy who does videos for like trading, like long-term trades and portfolio management. There's an Indian guy, and I learned heaps off this guy just from YouTube. Like, he's a smart dude, really smart. I'm using some of the stuff I learned, put me on a path to go research it further and get further confirmation from other sources, and that was the basis of what I actually do to manage my portfolio today as an Indian guy.
Yeah.
Very smart. So what's Crypto Psycho on the move, is he?
He was in the car a while ago.
I thought he he just popped up in the car. We're going to tour around his local neighborhood today.
Yeah.
And anyone knows any word of Hindi?
Hindi only something that'll get me into trouble. I've worked with a few Indian guys too in my industry. And you say it, and they go, don't say that. Like, they really go, you know, like, they don't say that. They don't speak like that. Like, they're looking around, there's someone around to hear it. Don't say that. Yeah, swear words, of course. but it's a big thing. You don't say swear words.
Yeah.
So, Ronak, whereabouts are you located? You in Perth, mate?
I'm from India itself, from northeast side.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I'm Anglo Indian, so I'm actually half Portuguese, half Indian.
Okay.
Same as Kevin. Same as Kevin.
Oh yeah. Smart guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Crypto Psycho says, "Hey guys, had to dash, but kept it up live." So you can carry on.
Yeah. He got two screen, one of his computer and one of his mobile.
Yeah. So, any of you other guys dabbling in anything else, or any sort of gossip around this interoperability?
For what? For layer 1x or for just
like competitors, you got people taking a go at the interoperability between the chains. I was just wondering if you guys are following anything that we haven't really discussed so far in respect to any sort of real competition. There doesn't seem to be any, apart from people with like receipt tokens and maybe having their own system where you got to actually adopt their whole system to make the interoperability work. It doesn't seem to be
competition enough, mate. I mean, if Chainlink and many other people, it's going to be a big thing, by the way, interoperability and whether we have the better tech or not, whether they do it a different way than we do, it's still competition, mate. I mean, Chainlink is way ahead, with we have launched, mate.
Big time. Absolutely. A lot of people have invested in Chainlink, but I think from what Chainlink will do for certain transactions would be $1. We're probably going to be like 1 cent. So I think that's where we win out against Chainlink over time.
We have to prove ourselves first, right, mate? I mean, that would be great. But yeah, they have a lot of attention and they have a lot of big following and stuff like that. We don't have much marketing at all, and nobody knows us yet. And
that's
so
true.
it's
that's true.
We still have to see. They're already there. We still got to go there. So it's competition, mate.
And they got a big head start.
Exactly. Yeah.
But what's that, Garrett?
I think we have the better tech than anybody out there, because everyone that is talking about cross-chain interoperability still uses bridges. We don't. So as soon as we're on the block, I think they just have to see it. Once we're on the block, we'll be the #1 interoperable chain, I'm sure. We just have to be in the competition.
And then when you're a bridge, you become trustless. So it's like a immutable DApp. So people can use it with absolute trust. They don't need to trust it because it's been audited code. That they know that it's like us using a calculator. It's going to give us the right answer. We don't have to worry about trusting it. The programming behind it. You know what I mean? So if money was that simple, sending money across chain, and we don't have that downside risk of the third party risk of the different bridges, or maybe all the different compatibility problems where we've created this solution, but you've got to use our system instead of they're using the existing systems. I think it might take some while, but it won't take long for people individually for people to realize what they've got if it does what it says on the box.
I do think it's going to take longer than Garrett thinks. I mean, it's not going to come out the box and be the best. It's so hard to get. Listen, these guys, everyone that we know about, they all put a lot of money in there. They bought that place, and we don't spend money, like that. So it's going to be very hard, to get on top of that. So it's going to take longer than you think. But maybe not even this time around. Maybe it's the next time. I mean, like Solana, I mean, the last time they did great, but they also fell very hard. And this time they were the best, the best running token out there, in the bear market. So maybe we need to wait until the next cycle. I don't know, but it's going to take time.
It's funny because we were talking about the halving and all this sort of stuff, and I've been thinking about it lately, and I'm thinking this halving cycle also lines up with an election cycle, also lines up with this, and I like whenever we do have our pumps during every single cycle, it actually goes up a lot faster and a lot harder than anyone would ever imagine. And then we keep on saying it. There's a repeat of the cycle, but I think each time we have a cycle, there's different circumstances. Like we don't have the same. We didn't have ETFs last time. We didn't have. There's a lot of things, new technology that we didn't have like 4 years ago. Today, the technology that we've got, we've got possible network effect that wasn't around 2 years ago, let alone 4 years ago. So I'm just thinking the potential is being underestimated for how high prices can go, and we've also got inflation. so if inflation's driving the stock market price, it's gonna drive the shit out of crypto, and more. And how much money that they printed in the last 4 years? Like they more than they did like in 250 years. So I'm just thinking like this. These next pumps might be a lot bigger than what people think.
They're bankrupt. They're all bankrupt. I mean, the whole of Europe. I mean, the USA. I mean, they're all bankrupt. Let's be honest.
True.
You remember in 2008 when we had the financial crisis?
Mm-hmm.
All the debts in the country, the deficits are way bigger than they were in 2008. How's that possible? That's why they're going to push CBDCs faster than you think. Because that's the only way to get around it, or else everything's going to fall down.
Yeah, and people won't want it, so they're going to have to probably not to be too conspiratorial, but it would probably take some sort of major crisis before people would agree to something that they normally would not agree to.
People don't want it, but we're going to get it, but it's good for crypto. It's not only crypto, but gold, real estate, and and of course crypto, because these rich guys, they don't want CBDCs, they don't want people. So they'll want to put their money into something else, like gold and real estate, and also crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. So I agree with you that this cycle is going to be, it's going to go, much higher than before, percentage-wise, I think.
I think the technology for crypto is moving faster than what their plans can move. Because all this, they got to tokenize everything. They got to have everyone with a digital ID, and then they got to do the central bank digital currency, because they got to muddy the waters with ownership, like the actual ownership trail of who owns what. They've done it with stocks and stuff like that because there's no more stock and bond certificates. It's all done through pretty much electronic, but they've got like the tokenization of real assets people are talking about. I'm thinking, okay, that's fine, but who holds the ownership? You know what I mean? It's kind of an important detail. Do you really own anything in the financial system? And if we go to crypto, where you do own everything, and you make it the same as a legacy system, we've got a new terrible system.
Yeah. And like they be saying all the time, crypto, that's nothing, that's thin air. I mean, it's all digital, whatever. Yeah. And now they want CBDCs themselves, it's the exact same thing. And on the other hand, what is a dollar? I mean, it's paper. It's nothing as well. It's just paper. It's not paper.
Yeah.
It used to be based on gold, Now it's based on maybe oil, but I mean, it's nothing. It's just paper. Same thing.
Paper burns.
It burns. Keeps you warm, mate.
Hey guys, I'm just leaving. I'm leaving the chat because I've had to come out with my missus and daughter. I forgot I was actually going out. they come in reminding me like we are going out today. I'm like, damn. So I thought I'll just leave the chat open. So I'm just down at the marina at the minute. Gotta get some cheeky ice cream. Gotta get some cheeky ice creams in. But I didn't want to jump in and end the chat. So I just thought I'll just keep it going. So if it goes off, it's because my Wi-Fi at home is disconnected because I've left my computer on.
Yeah,
Look at that view. Look at that view behind him, man.
Yeah, it's
You
pretty
guys have seen any?
Beautiful.
It's pretty nice here. It's a nice marina and there's like an ice cream bar and stuff about it. So yeah. But yeah, but I'll leave it on. You guys just keep doing what you're doing because I'm listening in and it's a good conversation.
Yeah.
Catch you later, guys.
Okay, cheers.
Later, buddy.
Cheers, man.
Getting into the conspiracy. But there's so many things going on at the same time. It's probably the most interesting time. When we look back at these times, I think we'll look back and go, "Geez, there's so many things, so many plates in the air, like spinning from so many different interests, all at the same time. The people, the people that have considerable interest in the legacy systems, Bank of International Settlements, and all at a time where information has become the most abundant on the internet, where you can really, and then we've got AI coming up as well.
Yeah.
So you can say, who really controls the world, or some questions like that, or whatever, and you might be able to get down to, as the intelligence grows, you might actually get some real answers.
But they're not hiding it anymore. I mean, haven't you noticed that the last year or something, or 2 years, whatever, they just tell you what they're doing. If like in for example, like in the Corona time, you had Klaus Schwab, he had the book, the Great Reset, that he's using COVID for the Great Reset to to fasten it, to make it go faster. I mean, they're not hiding anything anymore, but people still don't see it. I mean, right in front of your face. And you don't see it. And it's moving, like you say, it's moving very fast now, because it used to go slowly. I remember many years back, I was talking about the Great Reset, and I was like a conspiracy theorist and, tinfoil hat, all this bullshit. No one wanted to listen to you. And now they're just, for the last couple of years, they've been talking about, every government in the world has been talking about the Great Reset. I mean, in Europe, Biden has said it many times, in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, whatever, everybody's talking about the Great Reset. And then when you say to people, see, I've been telling you for many, many years, but they still don't want to know, these people are so in line, with everything. They just indoctrinate. I don't know, but they just. It's what is it called? There's a word. So much.
Cognitive dissonance is called, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. People can't hold two opposing views in their mind at the same time, so they have to let one go. They have, so when they get a new idea that opposes something that they think is the main truth in their life, then it's like, oh, where'd you get that information from? Joe Rogan or Google or what?
Yeah.
So where can I source this?
So like Joe Rogan or Redacted. I listen to Redacted a lot, and stuff like that. So they say, but that's crazy. Well, where are you getting your news from? CNN or NSBCN or whatever. I mean, all these they lie to you all the time, 24/7. I mean, you listen CNN. To them or to Biden or with all the bullshit. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, CNN's ratings have just gone like nowhere. Who does is it the Logies or the movie awards? They were getting no turnouts at all. Like that, they were hosting the Golden Globes or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
And then they did a stunt. They got Chris Rock to slap Will Smith. Everyone thinks it was done on purpose to get headlines so they get free.
Will Smith smashed him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, other way around. Yeah.
All those shows they're all scripted too. I mean, it's all for it's all for our entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, you can't buy that sort of advertising. It was on every paper, every news show. It was talking about by the next morning. You wouldn't have to advertise to watch it, So
I mean, Hollywood is corrupt as well, mate. They're just, the
true.
speaker for the governments or whatever. And when I saw, Chris the Rock,
Yeah.
sitting down on his chair and talking about Biden and Clinton, Hillary Clinton and everything, and I was like, oh no, can't get any crazier than this, But yeah, people like to follow it, so they think, oh, yeah, Chris Rock says it, so or what's his name, The Rock?
Damon.
The
Yeah, I know
big
him. The ex-wrestler.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson.
Wayne Johnson.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have Madonna and all these other movie stars, whatever, and they just mouthpiece for the government. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, the guy that did the movie The Passion of Christ and did that, what's the other movie about that child, about the children, freedom, Sound of Freedom?
Sound of Freedom. Yeah,
Sound of Freedom. Yeah.
What's that guy?
I can't remember his name. I know the actor you're talking about. Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If you go his route, and like Mel Gibson,
Mel Gibson too. Yeah.
You get cancelled and not in a nice way, mate.
Yeah, the comedian Jim Carrey, he started to go a bit off the rails a bit, started talking a bit kooky, and he got a bit of a taste as well. And all of a sudden, I don't know whether he's still doing that, or he's pulled his head in and just behaving. I don't know now. I don't follow a lot of Hollywood stuff.
No, me neither.
Neither do I. I do watch TV shows and movies, but I don't follow the drama behind it.
Yeah, me too. I watch a lot of series and movies, but I never watch the normal TV. Never watch the news. I mean, I watch news, but on my own channels, on my own sources, but not the normal ones.
Absolutely.
Not the mainstream media. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they call it programming for a reason.
Yeah, it's programming. Yeah.
Now back to your regular programming. I did this post on Twitter. It's a picture of I think it's a Big Mac or some McDonald's burger, and it said burger price $5. No, so first I'd say beat the inflation hurdle. Use the McDonald's burger price $5. A picture of the burger. Ethereum gas fee $70. Total $75.
And what's that undercover show? What's that with that Keith guy? That goes undercover and releases all these stories and everything. About CNN and about whatever.
O'Keefe. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He used to have his own thing called I forget the name, but his own board kicked him out, and then he started his own thing again. James O'Keefe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the site or the show that was called, but anyway, they showed you everything. They show you all the proof and everything, but doesn't matter. People don't want to see it, and they get in trouble because they get the FBI. Go into their houses at 6 o'clock in the morning, and raid everything and
swatted. Yeah.
Crazy, mate. And people just follow it. They say, "Oh no, that's not real. That's not real." I mean, everything is videotaped. You seen that, like the 2000 Mules, the documentary?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I did. I did see that.
You see everything you see is recorded. You see these people coming with all these ballots in the middle of the night, stuffing the ballot boxes, going away. A couple of hours later, coming again. The same people stuffing again. And they said, "Nah, there's no cheating going on. This is all normal, mate."
Pulling stashes from underneath their shirt to go put it into the boxes.
I have something for that right there. In fact, a couple of years ago, a crypto project came out that I invested in, Ramatic Tokens LLC. They were creating a blockchain voting system that is, once it goes on the blockchain, it's there. Well, a couple months ago, they shelved it and they sold the tokens to another project. They didn't give us a reason why they shelved it, but they said that they shelved the tech and they're not proceeding in the future with it. because they had the blockchain voting system already built and it was live. And now it's off in the ether somewhere, not being able to be used. I mean, did the government come and stop them from it, or what
100%.
happened? Because they went through numerous trials and tribulations. They were hacked, they were robbed, they were scammed, and they came back stronger than ever. And then when everything's going well, all of a sudden, it's gone. And they sold it to another cryptocurrency, and they shelved the tech. That right there says there's something wrong with the voting system.
That's like the big oil company buying out the guy that just invented a new motor that runs on water. Like they bought the patent, and then it never comes to market. It's the same thing. because blockchain, the only reason you want blockchain is for censorship resistance. There's no other reason you want a blockchain. You got public Excel sheets and data files and stuff like that on centralized servers, and they work just fine. You want centralized decentralization and censorship resistance. That's the whole point of it. So that voting system would have been reliable, and it would have worked, and you would have actually got a true vote. So that's why I probably don't want it.
Exactly, and that's what I was thinking. It's crazy.
But some states in the US, you don't even have to have any ID. You could just come in and whatever.
Yeah,
that's crazy. They just put that in, just before the election, and they get away with it. It's unbelievable, mate. What happens in the US, I can still not. I can't grasp my head around it, mate.
It's crazy.
But they have all the
head around it.
Yeah?
I live here and I can't grasp it. It's insane.
They have all the institutions in hand, man. That's it. If you have all the institutions, if it's the schooling, the FBI, CIA, everything, all the big institutions, then you got the power, mate.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
I mean, basically, politically, most of the decisions are made by made in boardrooms. They're not made in like between our representatives. As far as the money that gets thrown around, like you've got all these lobbyists to go in and they try to sway different bills and stuff like that. So it's a lot of money, and it's the companies that have that money that push that money forward to get what they want through. And the politicians are almost like if you don't fall into the fray and just get on board and just get with the rhythm of how it all works there, you end up like Ron Paul that just voted his whole career no to everything. Are you making a difference?
Yeah, that's true. All right, guys, it's bedtime for me. So you guys have a good day.
Cool.
You too.
Catch you guys later.
Catch you, Skippy.
All right, later, guys.
Take care. Guys, I can stick around for a little tiny bit longer. I'm on about 12% battery. I'm 12% battery.
Tired of myself. I'm getting pretty tired. Yeah, it's about 1. It's almost 1 in the morning here, and I'm getting tired. So I think we can call it.
Oh, can we call it? I think we need Crypto Psycho to actually stop the stream.
I mean, we can all leave, but it'll continue, and he'll check in, I'm sure, and he'll find it's still going and just shut it down.
I might even just send him a message if I can.
Yeah.
Maybe through Twitter. I'll send him a message. So
you message him and I'll message him as well. I'll telegram him.
Crypto Psycho, where are you? Where are you? Message requests. I'll go find him. New message. There we go.
Although I don't believe he's going to be able to shut it down anyway until he gets home, but he'll be aware.
Right. Yeah.
He'll be aware of it at least.
Yeah. I feel more polite. Yeah.
I messaged him on Telegram. Yeah, and if you message him somewhere else, then we can cover all our bases.
Wow. Direct messaging him, it doesn't come up. He's shaded. That's really weird. On Twitter. That's really weird. But you messaged on Telegram?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's do that. Not a problem. All right, guys.
All right,
Good-
gentlemen,
good.
you guys have a good day or night,
Good
wherever you
talk.
are.
Good talk. Good talk.
Absolutely. It always is. We'll have to set up another one of these soon.
Yeah, totally. Bernat, Garrett, take care, guys.
Later, guys.
Yeah,
See ya,
I
buddy.
think, yeah. Bye. See you soon.
See you, buddy. Bye.
Yeah. Hey, get it. Get it?
Yeah. It's on the top right where it says add channels, then there's leave on the
Yeah.
top right of your
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah.
All right. You have a good one, Ronak.
Yeah.